الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all the praise is to Allah, the creator of this world, and may Allah praise the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and for his companions and for those who follow him till the day of judgment. Dear brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all. I'm going to go today quickly through the subject of human desire. And to discuss this subject, I will put it in a story, and then I will stop through this story and we'll discuss it as I go through along this story. The story about a worshipper of Bani Israel. This worshipper of Bani Israel, he used to isolate himself from the town, and he built his own house, and he used to live there and worship Allah day by night. That was what he was doing day by night. And I will stop at this point, and I will define what's human desire. Human desire is the drive that controls you to a certain direction. And it's good, but like it's bad when when you lose control, when you lose this control. Exactly if you have this car and it takes you from your place to wherever you want, but like if you speed with this car and you exceed the limits, then you have no control if you are on your car. That's exactly the desire. It controls you. It controls you if you exceed the limit. And the desire can affect human behavior in three aspects: in the intellectual aspect and critical thinking and observation. And to make this simple for you, we will give example of two persons. One of them is going to the gym every day and is trying to be fit every now and then, and he goes to the gym as much as he can. And the other one is the one who's always sitting in front of the TV, eating snacks, and that's it. After 2 years, they run a competition between these two guys. Who would you reckon will just extremely win the other? It's definitely the athletic guy, because he was preparing himself. So when the person is controlled by his desire, he turned from the mature level to the immature level, because he can't think anymore. Exactly, if I wanted to describe the desire, you think through your heart. But if you can't control your desire, you think through your brain. So, and we can all think about times when we were so stressed, and when you have guys exams and are so stressed by the exam, you can't think of anything else. However, like if I talk like two students, one of them is studying before the exam and is panicking, he can't think of anything. If you talk him for a while to walk, he can't think of walk, he can't enjoy anything. But the other guy who is studying at the same time, but still he can focus on studying, and he can take a break and then go out. This one is exactly the one who's controlling his desire, and the one who's not controlling his desire. Back to the story. And this guy used to live there, worship Allah day by night, and all of a sudden his town was conquered and was occupied. And all these youth at his town was trying to get rid of this occupation, and they thought about, we would have like exercise to prepare ourselves to get our land back. And part of these youth with three brothers and their own sister, and they were thinking where to keep our sister to be safe, and they thought we would keep it safe with this guy, with this worshipper. And then they went to him and they knocked his door. And at this point I will stop, and I will discuss what exactly happened for you to be controlled by your desire. It's like a matter of three forces in your body, and the last one is you desire. The first force is the devil. The devil, as Allah said in the Quran, إِنَّ كَيْدَ الشَّيْطَانِ كَانَ ضَعِيفًا. The devil is so weak, but the strength in the devil that he's always just trying to ask you to do like all these bad, to do sins, to fall in sins. He's always asking you day by night. But his way is so immature and is so easy for you to figure it out. And the other force is your soul, which is so smart. Your soul is so smart. It knows exactly how to get it done. And the third force is your conscience. So it's always the devil gives you these bad ideas, and your soul tries to sort out how to do these ideas, and the conscience tries to resist it. For example, let's go to the story. And when they knocked his door, they come and they told him like, we need to keep our sister in your place till we prepare to get this guy out of our country. He said, no, I'm not going to do this. How can I put your sister in my place? By the word, when he said how, he gave the chance, the devil succeeded. The devil give you this idea, and once you say, how can I do this? Then the devil, his mission was completely successful. Because when you said how, the next turn is your soul, which gives you exactly how to do it. It tells you exactly how to do this. So he told them, how can you ask me to keep your sister in my place? It's forbidden in any religion to put your sister in my place. And he said, no, I can't do this. And while they were leaving, his soul started to tell him, okay, just ask them to build a house near to your place where she can stay and you can take care of her. And then she said, okay, just give me a second. I have a suggestion for you if you accept it, guys. Do you think we can build a house near to my house and I will take care of her? They said, yeah, fantastic, that's all right for us. And I will stop at this point and say, there's so many types of human desire that can control him. The most important one is the opposite sex. We are always attracted to the opposite sex, and that's very important. It's one of the most challenging desires. There's also wealth, to be wealthy. That's a desire, and there's to be successful in your career. That's a desire, and to have this to be a religious, like this guy who's worshiping Allah day by night. It was his desire. That's why you'll see the end of this story and you will understand that this guy, it was his desire. Away from being worshipping Allah, it was his desire. And the fifth one is being proud. Your ego is like, I'm proud to be blah, blah, blah. I'm proud to be American or whatever. You're proud of your descendant or your fathers. My father is rich and all this stuff is being proud of yourself. So it's mainly these five. And it's not haram. It's not forbidden to have these five in your life and to work for them. But to reach the point that you can control your desire. You don't feel like I'm out of control. And I have to say something very important, that it's different from one person to another. So if you see this guy who's praying day by night, that doesn't mean he's religious. He might following his desire, because if it's extreme, it might turn to be a desire. If you see this guy who's not interested in the opposite sex, that doesn't mean he's not following his desire. He might be interested in being a scientist or in his career, and he doesn't want to be distracted. So his desire is his career. So it's different from one person to another, from one place to another, and in different age. So like the teenager most of them are interested in the opposite sex, but you find this old man, he's interested in something else. When you become more older, you feel like I'm more interested in having a family, kids, and all, blah blah blah. And guess what? The difference between the desire when you get it the proper way and the forbidden way is being patient. It's like if you are interested in the opposite sex, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy for you. You can get married. You can just go and marry someone and that's it. If you are interested to be wealthy, Allah never stops us, and Islam never stops us from being wealthy. All these aspects can be fulfilled. If you even want to be a religious, it's not a problem, but don't make it too much. And then I will go back to the story. And then they kept the girl near to his place, and she was living his place. And then he gave the channel to the soul to control himself. And then the shaitan start giving him, the devil start telling him, okay, just go and put her like something to eat. You can't be so bad. You're religious. You should just give her something to eat. And he was trying to resist, but once you pass this stage where you give the devil the chance to say, you tell him, how can I do this? Then he succeeded. So if you want to stop the devil, just say, I'm not going to do this. So the devil fail when you do this. But once you say, I can't, how can I do this? He will start the other thing, the soul will take control and will start to tell you exactly how to get it done. And then he start to putting like something for her to eat in front of her door. And few days later, he went and ate with her. And after so many times, maybe weeks, months, he fall in this illegal relationship with her. And he started doing this again and again till she become pregnant, and few months later she had a baby. And then he was in trouble. Now the devil is much more stronger, because every time you just accept what the devil is telling you, he becomes more stronger. And every time you leave the soul to control you, it becomes more stronger, and your conscience tends to be weaker.